Greetings everyone, Carolyn Russin, Professional Life Coach here, joining you on this beautiful sunny afternoon. Hope everyone's doing well. Wanted to talk to you today a little bit about feeling guilty about self-care. You know, we've kind of got to a point right now where everybody understands how important self-care is, but do we do it? And often there are hurdles in our way, there are obstacles in our way, and it's tough to get past those obstacles a lot of times. So as I put that there earlier, I think, and I don't know if it was my last Facebook Live, I talked about how I had this opportunity thrown my way to go away for a week without my husband, without my kids. And when this was first kind of proposed to me, I was like, I don't know. Hey, Amanda. Because, of course, the first thing I was thinking about were all the reasons I shouldn't. All the reasons I couldn't go. So this was to go away with my brother and sister-in-law and their two adult boys who I get along great with. And it was going to be an easy, free trip, essentially. Get myself, fly down there. Hi, Kelly. And I'm good to go. But, of course, all the messaging I was giving myself were all the reasons I shouldn't go. Well, what about my clients? What about my business? What about my kids who are all home right now, even though they're all of adult age? My husband's going to be out of town the whole time. We have this new pup. We've only had him for like 5 or 6 weeks at this point. And all these reasons why I shouldn't go away, I shouldn't look after myself and look after my own self-care, kept going through my brain. And I don't know what happened, but something happened, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second here. Like, what would you be saying to your clients? And I'm like, get your butt on the plane. So I started thinking, okay, you're a smart woman, let's problem solve. Like, how are all the ins and outs? Like, how can we make this work? And so that's what we did. And it wasn't a big deal. Hi, Jessica. But in my head, it was big. It was like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to make it work? It really wasn't a big deal. But as moms, as wives, we take on that whole responsibility of making sure everything is running smoothly. It's like we're the captain of the ship, and we got to make sure that we're just sailing forwards. Everything's okay. And we have to not only look after everything, but we have to anticipate any problems that may come up. And that's hard. That's stressful. And it takes a toll on you. So then when you think, well, I can't do anything for me unless all that is looked after, well then, how are you looking after yourself? How does that actually happen? Give me a thumbs up in the chat below if you can relate to this, that you're just afraid to kind of let go, to look after yourself, that, well, what if, you know, something happens and things go awry? So for me, it was so liberating. Once my plane ticket was booked, I was so excited. And it was just such a different feel being away. And I didn't have to plan anything. I didn't have to organize anything. I wasn't responsible for anything or anyone other than myself. It was freeing. So if you have the opportunity to do that, I would jump on that real quick. But meanwhile, when it comes to your own self-care, you have to be intentional. Because I talk to so many people, yeah, I do self-care. Okay, and what did you do? Well, yeah, I watched Netflix last night. Or like it's something that just kind of gets thrown in. It's not intentional. So I want you right now to take some time, 2 minutes, and think about, okay, what can I start putting in place for myself to look after me on a regular basis? Not just a one-off here or there, but what can I start doing? Because, and this is something I do with my clients all the time, I'll say to them, okay, if you were to rank in list of priorities, or importance, not priorities, importance, 1, 2, and 3, and I want you to think of your kids, yourself, and your spouse. What's the order you put people in? And all the time, it's the same answer every single time. Kids, spouse, me. And then I go the next step of saying, okay, and on like a sliding scale of 10 being the most important in energy put in and 1 the least, where do you rank those people? And it's, again, it's the same thing. It's always kids, 9 or 10, husband, 3, maybe 4 in a good day, me, 1. And so when that happens, no wonder your needs are neglected. And if you are the captain of the ship, how can you do a great job when you are exhausted because you've neglected your needs? So that sliding scale, and when I break it to them, the order really should be you, your spouse, your kids. Because your kids need to see a strong, healthy relationship. They need that modeled for them. They need to feel that comfort, knowing that everything's okay. They're in a safe place in their home, a safe, loving place. When they're up at the top and you and your spouse are down at the bottom, that's when I get so many people coming to me who are in their 50s who have split because they have neglected their marriage. They've neglected that whole relationship, and it has just gone awry, and sometimes extremely awry. So knowing that you should be first, and I don't mean you're selfish all the time and ignoring everybody else's needs. That's not what I mean. But putting yourself up there and looking after yourself. So you're in a good place to look after your kids and to, grow your relationship with your spouse. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready to put yourself first and to prioritize yourself. And I know it's uncomfortable. That's where the guilt comes in. That's where you will feel guilty. But it's questioning that, okay, but wait a second. I don't think twice about doing things for my kids. Maybe I don't think twice about doing things for my spouse. I need to look after me too. Because when it comes down to it, you've got to be in a good place to help your family. So hopefully that's giving you something to think about. Absolutely, prioritizing, but being intentional. So take 2 minutes now when we finish and think of, okay, what's something that I can do for myself? Something that's going to bring me joy. Who's going to look after me? Maybe drop that in a comment down below under this video. Something that you're going to start doing, because that may help other people think of other great ideas that they can do. Anyway, hopefully this is helpful. Have a fabulous day. And if you're needing any support, you know where to find me. We can easily jump on a quick free call just to see where you're at and how I could help you. Anyway, have a great day.